I'm Jordan Sharp as we head into another day of NBA playoff action here at sportsbookreview.com. I am sizzling right now, 13-3 to start the NBA playoffs, and we have 4 more games on tap for you this evening, which means it's time for 2 more of my NBA plays for Sunday. And we'll start it off in San Antonio with the Los Angeles Clippers coming into town to play the Spurs, and the Spurs come in as a 6.5 point favorite in this one. Total of 199.5. Now, after the Clippers just got dominated in game number 3, absolutely did not show up. The rhetoric surrounding this team over the last 48 hours has been demonizing, to say the least. A lot of people really saying that Blake Griffin and Chris Paul don't have what it takes to win a championship, yada, 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 all these things. But I think they've been hearing these things, and coming into game 4, while I don't want to pick them against the spread, I think they're going to definitely show up a little bit more offensively. They really sputtered in game number 3. I think they could have a bounce-back performance, though, get well over 100 points, and I think the over could be the play because of it here at 199.5. The Spurs have still been consistent offensively, averaging about 101 points per game so far through this series, and even though it's an early afternoon game, which normally tends to go towards the under, I think the sports books have undervalued this total just enough to where the over could have some value. The Clippers are not going to go quietly in this game at all, and I think the Spurs are going to realize that they have them on the ropes, and a win here could absolutely mean a trip to the next round here. So I think that the over could be the play. Over's 8-3 in the Clippers' last 11 games against winning teams, despite it going under in 2 of the last 3 games in this series. So I think over 199.5 is a pretty good play here. It's kind of my heat check play of the day. Next one I have for you is the Washington Wizards playing host to the Toronto Raptors, and the Raptors come in as a 6-point road underdog, and this one total of 197.5. Of course, Washington has absolutely been wiping the floor with Toronto so far in this series. Paul Pierce, a.k.a. the Truth, really set it off in game number 3 and closed things out for the Washington Wizards. Now they have a chance to sweep the Raptors on their home floor here in an early evening game against the Raptors. But even though I don't quite yet, I'm not quite ready to label the Wizards here a good bet against the spread. I do think because this is an elimination game, the under could have some value here. Now, I touched on this yesterday with the Bulls and the Bucks. The Bucks showed up a little bit more than the Bulls and ended up taking that game 4, sending the series back to Chicago. But both elimination games yesterday went under the total, and I think that could be a trend that continues throughout these playoffs as we get further along, definitely in the first round, and especially in the next rounds as we get further along there. Elimination games definitely bring out the best in teams defensively, and I think that could be what we see with this game here on Sunday evening. So 197.5 may not seem like a whole lot, but it's only 2 points lower than the Spurs and the Clippers total, and both those teams are far superior offensively and have a better chance of cashing the over than these two teams, who at least the Wizards on one hand have been playing pretty good defense. If the Raptors can find theirs somehow in this series and in this game number 4 here on the road, I think under 197.5 could have a lot of value here. So those are your NBA picks for Sunday. Best of luck to you on those 2, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.